Some cars are just transport. They get you from A to B without any fuss. They're appliances like a toaster or a washing machine. Then there are cars that do more. They stir something deep inside you. They make you take the long way home just for the thrill of it. They become legends, whispered about in garages and celebrated on racetracks for decades. The BMW M3 is one of those cars. It's more than just metal, glass, and rubber. It's a feeling, a statement, and a cornerstone of motoring history. Let's rewind the clock to the mid-1980s. Big hair, loud music, and some of the wildest touring car racing the world has ever seen. BMW wanted a piece of the action, specifically in the German Touring Car Championship, the DTM. But there was a rule. To race, you had to build and sell a certain number of road-going versions of your race car. So, the wizards at BMW's M division got to work. They took a standard E33 series, a handsome little saloon, and turned it into a weapon. The result was the original M3, and it was absolutely magnificent. It had those iconic flared, boxy wheel arches to fit wider tires, a new front spoiler, and a massive rear wing. Under the bonnet was the real masterpiece, the S14 engine. It was a high-revving 2.3-liter four-cylinder engine that was essentially a race engine for the road. It wasn't about massive torque. It was about screaming all the way to its redline, delivering a raw, unfiltered driving experience. When the E36 generation arrived in 1992, some people were a bit worried. It was bigger, heavier, and looked much more like a standard 3 Series than its predecessor. The real change was under the bonnet. The high-strung four-cylinder was replaced with a smooth, powerful 3.0-liter straight-six engine. Then, in the year 2000, BMW gave us what many still consider to be the peak of the M3 lineage, the E46. It brought back some of the visual aggression with more muscular flared arches. It looked purposeful and beautiful from every angle. Under the bonnet was an evolution of the straight six, now a 3.2-liter unit known as the S54. The pinnacle of the E46 range was the CSL, which stood for Coupe, Sport, Leichtbau, Lightweight. The E46 M3, especially in CSL form, is often hailed as one of the greatest driver's cars ever made. The M3 had always been defined by its high-revving engines, first a four-cylinder and then a legendary straight six. So when BMW announced that the fourth generation, the E92 M3 launched in 2007, would have a V8 engine, the purists were up in arms. A V8 in an M3? It seemed like heresy. But then they drove it, and all the worries melted away in a cloud of tire smoke and glorious V8 noise. The engine. A 4-liter naturally aspirated V8 codenamed the S65 was a true masterpiece. It revved to an astonishing 8,400 RPM, producing 414 horsepower and a soundtrack that could rival a Ferrari. This brilliant orange monster had a bigger 4.4-liter V8, a massive rear wing, and a roll cage. It was BMW's ultimate expression of the E92's track potential. Change is inevitable, and in the car world, the biggest change of the 2010s was the relentless march of the turbocharger. So, for the fifth generation, the F80 M3, the saloon version, and F82 M4, the new name for the coupe, BMW made another controversial decision. It went back to a straight-six engine, but this time, it had 2 turbochargers strapped to it. It was brutally, violently fast. The F80 M3 could monster its predecessors in a straight line. To handle all that new power and torque, the F80 was a technological tour de force. Special versions like the M3 CS, Competition Sport, sharpened the package even further, bringing back some of the raw edge that fans craved. When BMW unveiled the latest generation, the G80 M3 in 2020, the internet practically broke in half. The source of all the commotion was the car's front end. Specifically, the enormous vertical kidney grills that dominated the design. It was a bold, aggressive, and incredibly divisive look. Under the bonnet is a new 3-liter twin-turbo straight-six, the S58 engine, available in 2 states of tune. For the first time ever, the M3 Competition is also available with an MX Drive all-wheel drive system, another major departure from tradition. With the touch of a button, you can put it into a 2-wheel drive mode, completely disconnecting the front wheels and turning the car into a proper old-school tire-shredding hooligan. At its heart, the M3 has always been the perfect compromise. It's a car that can do the school run in the morning, sit comfortably on the motorway for a long journey, and then tear up a racetrack on the weekend. The M3's legacy is also built on its motorsport heritage. It was born on the track, and that competitive spirit has never left it. M3 owners are a special breed. They are people who appreciate engineering, performance, and the pure joy of driving. As we stand here in 2025, the future of performance cars is electric. Whether it becomes a hybrid or fully electric, the M3 will likely find a way to carry its legacy forward. Because the M3 is more than just an engine, it's an idea. It's the idea of the ultimate driving machine, and that is a legacy that will never fade.